This lesson I taught, line of learning, thumbs up, and my exit ticket. Today, I'm going to introduce a new strategy, and it's going to help you. I hope it's going to help you with your learning, and it's called line of learning. Takes them from where they were, of their previous knowledge, to where they're something new that they learned, something where we're going. So this is kind of where it took me. Mainly focused on the line of learning. I integrated the other two later on, but line of learning, because they took a pretest, the students didn't do well at all on improper fraction. So I went with line of learning as my strategy. All right, so this is how it works. You're going to write whatever topic I give you. You're going to do it's called like a PreRight. Raise your hand and tell me what you think a PreRight might be. D.
Like you write something before, like a test or something?
Yeah, almost before you do something. All right? So I'm going to give you a topic, and you do a PreRight of what I give you, okay? And then later on, we're going to draw a line, and you're going to name some things on there that you learned after I do something, or after I teach you something, or after an activity. Okay? Give me a thumbs up if you understand. All right, give me a sideways if you got questions. Go ahead and ask. Let's talk about those now. Have you got any questions about it? So we've been talking about fractions, right? With like denominators and proper fractions. What I want to know, your PreRight is this. I want to know what you know about improper fractions. So what I want you to do is write this word and just list me or make a sentence. It's up to you how you want to write it. Tell me what you know about this word. Write it down. And if you don't know anything, put I don't know anything. Now, I'm going to give you this. And as a group, I'm not going to tell you what to do with them. I just want you to kind of explore. And you tell me what you see when you take these out and kind of look at them, okay? Talk to your group about it. Don't talk to me yet. I want you to talk to your group, and then we'll come back as a class. So once you get this as a group, you take them out and you tell me what you explore, what you find. I played the facilitator, I played the coach, I played an encourager, I modeled, I did all of that, just going back and helping my students. That was my main goal on this. I didn't actually give examples until later when one of my students said, "What do you mean connected?" And I took one of my students' ideas and where she knew what an improper fraction looked like, but she didn't know anything what it was. So then I made her connection to something that she knew later on about how the numerator is bigger than the denominator. She can write that as her new learning. But most of all, I just was helping them, encouraging them, and being a facilitator. I see a lot of people putting things together. I heard AJ say something. Tell me, all right, listen, what did something you saw, AJ? A what?
A circle.
Nick. But what do you mean it's improper? I mean, I see y'all have things together. Can you tell me what you have together? Or Tori, you have a whole together? What else? How many of them do you have? So you're saying you have a whole. Well, how many holes do you have? 2 holes? Do you have something left over?
Yeah.
2/3. Well, how do you know it's 2/3? And we talked about adding fractions with like denominators. 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3, because we talked about adding, right? All right, did anybody see anything else? All right, let me ask you this. All right, count how many pieces you have. 8. So she has 8. All right, if you have 8 of those, let's see. So you have what? 8/3. But before you told me how many holes did you have? 2, and what did you have left over? 2 2 2/3 left up. That's what you told me you had when you put them together, right? Well, tell me, let's talk about 8/3. Do you know what that is?
Improper fraction.
How do you know it's an improper fraction?
Because the numerator is more than the denominator.
And you know what? Did you have that written down?
Yeah.
You did. So you knew that ahead of time, didn't you? So you already knew
So
that.
the
You were all
numerator
right. Is bigger than the denominator. That makes it improper. Right? So a proper fraction, give me an example of a proper one.
4/8.
4/8. Because the numerator is smaller than the denominator. All right, so yeah. So this is considered a improper fraction. This is a mixed number. You took those 8/3 and you made 2 wholes and 2/3. So you did all the work. Let me put another one up here and you tell me, you're going to take it from an improper and I want you to take it to a mixed number. So what if I give you this right here? I want you to take 5/3 out and tell me what would be my mixed number. So everybody work on it. Get 5/3 out.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What is it? 2/3, right, because 3 of them went together and that made a what? A whole.
There's one hole, then another hole, then 1/3.
All right, so what would your mixed number be?
So 2 holes and 1/3.
So 2 and 1/3. Good. Take a minute. Go back to your paper. Remember, it's called line of learning. You started here. Tell me what you learned now. We started here about improper fraction, whatever you had, and we're going down the line. Something new you've learned. Write down something new you've learned. You should be on your line of learning. That's the strategy we're working on today. That line of learning. How does that help my students understand it? It takes them from where they were, of their previous knowledge, to where something new that they learned, something where we're going. So this is kind of where it took me. What do I mean? Like Kaylee had one, because this is our first time doing it, and I told you she had all those examples like this. She could take her line of learning here. This is what she knew from the beginning. Now she's going to go over here, because what she learned now is like the denominator, and she's going to write something new here. So she's going to connect her learning. That's why it's called line of learning. I have another bag, all right, of fractions. And your exit ticket, listen, as Drevon, I'm talking, your exit ticket as a group, I'm going to put an improper fraction on the board, and you got to give me a mixed number with these, okay? I'm going to put an improper fraction on the board, and your job is to give me a mixed number. An exit ticket. An exit ticket to me is what I'm going to use to see if you know how to do what I just taught you. So your exit ticket is something we've done in class, and it's going to tell me if you learned it or if you didn't learn it, right? I like most about this strategy was the variation. How some kids only put numbers down and what it meant to them, and they wrote that down, but then we made a connection at the end, and they got to connect what they knew, their previous learning, to what they know now. And they got to put that in their own words, but making that connection was huge. And using just starting them out, and I didn't tell them anything about the manipulatives, them doing that and working that with their hands and figuring out on their own, it was like eye-opener. But it still took them from something they didn't know what an improper fraction was. Using the manipulatives, they formed it and they figured it out on their own, and they got it better. They understood it. It was like a click.